Step 1. Stop looking at your guy. Here's an example of what happens when you look at your guy. Oh look, a bullet. Here is an example of what happens when you look ahead of your guy. Oh look, a bullet. Did we see the difference? Step 1.5. Analyze. When you see a bullet, try to understand where it's moving. Most of them move in a straight line, so this part is easy. If a group of bullets is doing the same thing, you get the idea. This shouldn't take more than a split second, and it should start happening automatically soon enough. Step 1.8. A proverb. Touhou isn't about dodging bullets. It's about moving to where bullets aren't. Now that I have seen and analyzed the bullet, I know it won't be over here. To beat spell cards, look for patterns of bullets. After you analyze them, you will be able to think up a path that will have your hitbox avoiding said bullets. After that, it's rinse and repeat. In Touhou, patterns are everywhere, so always be on the lookout. Step 1.9. Extras. There are quite a few ifs, ands, and buts, such as analyzing the bullet's speed so you can safely exist in its line of fire, or the fact that enemies tend to shoot at you, so manipulating that is the key in dealing with certain bullets. And the fact that looking around very closely to your guy is a good thing if you need to be precise. Just remember that being precise is a hell of a lot easier if you've already analyzed where the bullets are going, so a bit of both can go a long way. If you have any questions regarding this topic or future ones, ask me in the comments. Step 2. Shot types. This video is already my opinion, but we are about to go into big opinion mode. Choose a shot type with high single target damage in its kit. Marissa usually has this. Examples include Marissa B in Double Dealing Character, Marissa A in Undefined Fantastic Object, and Remu A in Subterranean Animism. Step 2.5. Why? Let's look at spell cards. If you do more damage to the boss, you will kill it faster, which will have you dealing with the spell card for less time. This may save you lives or bombs that you would have lost if the spell card kept on going. And let's also look at the stages. In Touhou, you want to kill enemies as fast as possible. If an enemy is dead, it cannot shoot you anymore, which is good. This is what happens when you don't kill enemies fast enough. Don't let this happen. Our high single target damage is going to help with big chunky enemies that like to kill us. Step 2.7. The cons. You're usually giving up homing shots or a higher spread by going this route. Here is why that doesn't matter in most cases. Do you have to be under the boss to deal damage? Yes. Luckily, with the power of step 1, we should be able to manage this. Also, homing shots types, they still have shots that move straight up, so you would be doing this anyway. And the stages, homing shots and higher spread are good at dealing with enemies far and wide, or more importantly, with enemies you didn't even know existed yet. The good news is that the high single target unfocused shots tend to do a perfectly fine job at this anyway. Enemies always spawn in the same places too, so moving over to where fellows will spawn, and then blasting them, hey, you're gonna do just fine. With all of that being said, if after playing for a while, the single target damage isn't really making sense for you right now, that's fine. You can use homing shots. I'm not gonna crucify you for it. You really should use high DPS though. Step 3. Bombing. Occasionally feeling uncomfortable while in a storm of bullets can be good for learning, and does not necessarily ring the bomb alarm. However, if by using step 1, you realize that you are in an impossible situation, or are really uncomfortable, just bomb. The lesson you must learn after you bomb is thinking about how you won't get into that situation again. Step 4. No more. I just dropped a ton of info on you, and if I keep piling on, then you aren't gonna learn anything, so we stop here. If you're able to digest what I just told you in this video, then you will be gaming in no time. I know you've heard this a million times before, but failure really is the best teacher here. Knowing why you died and changing accordingly is how you're gonna get far in these games. When I said digest before, I wasn't kidding. The body needs time and work to get all the nutrients out of food. And this is an all-you-can-eat buffet, so you can go over the video again as many times as you need to. And of course, leave any questions in the comments and I will answer them to the best of my ability. Step 5. Self-promotion. This video didn't really center around funnies, but if you want to watch me play Touhou games with fast-paced and humorous editing, this channel might be for you. Make sure you start with my most recent stuff though, you've been warned.